Hello and welcome back to another mod spotlight. I'm Exterminator and thanks for joining me. And this spotlight is going to be on the mod Advanced Logistics Systems. And this mod is, I say this about every mod, but I mean I do these mods because they're awesome. This mod is super cool. So I'll explain what it does in a second. First of all, you have to research it. It's just one research here, Advanced Logistics System. And it gives you this item, Advanced Logistics System, right? So you have to make it pretty cheap. You wouldn't really be able to make it until after you've done logistics anyway, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, so you can make this, and once you make it, if it's in your inventory, either in your hotbar or your main inventory, you have this little window, this little icon up here you can click that will bring you into the GUI for it. Now, if it's in like a chest, it won't work. So right now, it's only gonna work if you have this item in your inventory, so it's good to remember that. But it gives you this little thing up here, and pretty much what this mod does is it allows you to monitor everything in your logistics system, like on a chest per chest basis, and there's a lot of other like cool tools that can go, that go with it and stuff that you can utilize, which I'll show you in a minute. But normally when you hover over this, it shows how many are in your network, period. Well, what this does is it shows everything in the network on a chest by chest basis, exactly how much is in each chest, and it does the same thing for non-logistic stuff as well. And one quick note before I really get into it here is, for single player, obviously it's fine. For multiplayer, what I've noticed is right now there's separate networks in this game. This is the map from the Split Dependency series that's a multiplayer. I have my network, and then the other players up here and over here have their own networks, but this still counts those. This is still pulling info from all of those because it doesn't know the difference. So that's just a quick note about multiplayer if you're somehow doing something where you have like separate bases or separate networks. But let's hop into it here. So you click this, and it gives you this window. And as you can see here, it tells you what the items are, and the total of these items, and then how much is in each chest. So as you can see, we have almost 7,000 circuits in the network, and they are mostly in active provider chests, none in requester chests, a little bit in storage, and some in passive provider chests. Now what you can do, there's so many customizable things about this, which is really cool. Right now I have it organized by number going down, so descending. I can do it the other way. I think I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. Well, no, I didn't. So this is now lowest number to highest number. You can see there's only one assembling machine, and it keeps going up. You can organize it by name, obviously, so A, B, C, name down. You can organize it by chests, how you want to do that. Personally, I kind of like this one. It's easier for me to read, but yeah, so that shows all of this, right? And then there's different pages, obviously, for all the items. Now, it does the same thing for normal items. This is in anything that is not in the logistics network. So, iron ore, we currently have 92, almost 93,000 of it, just in chests throughout this entire base. And you can see how it's distributed. Most of it are in steel chests, none are in smart chests, and 9,400 of it are in iron chests, and none in wood chests. And I mean, you can just go down the list. Obviously there's 8 pages because there's a lot of items, but again, it's arranged by number, and I will explain this here. Really cool options in here. So you have that, and total items, you can see that's how many items total are in chests not in the logistics network, or maybe, yeah. And then this is how many are in chests in the logistics network. And there's disconnected chests. Pretty much what this does is this shows that this chest is like disconnected from the network, from the actual logistics network. So again, this counts everything like in a chest, and then you have those two views, but this is not actually in a logistics network, since our logistics area only goes this far. So you can do that. And this is one cool feature, which you can actually do with all the things, is you can like teleport to shit. Well, that's not what I wanted. Oops. Okay, well that's what this button does is it actually allows you to remotely remove the thing. So you can see it put a little X here, and you can see it's going to remove it. And obviously once they empty it, but yeah, so go ahead and do that. And then, you know, if you go in here, this is very, very cool. So our circuits in our logistics network, if we go here, now this actually brings us to, automatically brings us to all. But what we can do is only search by certain chests, and normal is it unchecks the normal, so now it only shows logistics stuff, and then you can do the reverse or only these chests. Like I said, very customizable in terms of what you want to look at. And the very cool thing is, let's say we don't want normal stuff. Let's just say we want to check out stuff that isn't here. So if we count, okay, so right now we're looking at electronic circuits, remember, because I clicked from here. It can be a little confusing. If I want to go see where they are, I click this. I don't know if my mouse isn't taking, and it brings me here, and I can say, oh, okay, well, it's now on it's over here on this side of the map. And I can click back, and it brings me back. So that's what that allows you to do. Now, a few other options, if I am able to actually bring them up here, if we go into settings, it's because this is not enabled. You have even more customizability here. You can tell it where you want the GUI, so I'm going to say maybe I want it kind of up in the left, and I don't want so many pages, so I want 15 items per page. And I want it to refresh every 10 seconds, not every 1 second. And this explains what each thing does. It lines up, obviously. Set max number of items, enable experimental tools such as chest teleportation and upgrades. So if I say enable and save, now it's up here. If I go here and I click on this, we now have options, more options. This is a little bit cut off, but that's okay. If I, let's say I want to, again, we're on electronic circuits, I want to teleport to wherever this chest is. Bam, I'm there. Alright, and, you know, if I go back and, you know, maybe I want to see where Fastbelt is. Okay, well, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to go see where that is. Bam, I'm back here. So, I mean, this is kind of a little OP. That's why it's enabled or disabled functionality, which I think is cool. But that's super cool. And then one other thing that you can do is you can upgrade a chest. So, for example, let's bring normal back on. And let's go back to our circuits. If I teleport to this one, which is here, I would assume. Right here, sorry, it's this one. Say I want to, instead of manually going over here and doing it, or if I don't have chests on me, I can say, alright, I actually want you to be a passive provider chest. It was this one, actually, but same difference. It removes that chest and tells it to be turned into a passive provider. Now, one thing you might notice that I just noticed is it seems to actually remove the items that are in this chest, which is potentially a little unfortunate. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sorry. It just did it temporarily, or they all fell on the ground. So, that's actually really cool, because normally it would just, like, explode, or wouldn't let you do it, but it just lets you replace it. So it's very handy, you know, if you know where one of the chests is and you want to upgrade something. or if you have chests in your network and you just want to upgrade everything, you can just click down the list or whatever. And, you know, again, you can organize by stuff that's in chests, so on and so forth. So it's very cool, and you can search too. So if I'm in the network and I'm like, I want to see where iron, and I was going to say iron gear wheels, but it brings up everything with the name iron in it. Obviously, if I went gear wheels, it would potentially bring that up. Oh, great. Okay, well, but yeah, so it's very, very handy to be able to do this. So it seems if you do 2 words, it doesn't actually like that, but yeah, so that's pretty much what it does. It's just, it allows you to have a very advanced view of your logistics network and really monitor things down to a per chest basis, which I think is really cool. So you know, so you actually have the ability to see where stuff is, because, you know, I've had that experience a lot where I'm like, well, where's this thing in my network? I know it's in there, but I can't find it. Or once you have a ton of stuff, this list on the right gets so long it gets cut off. You can just go into here if you want to search for it, or just look through the list. You can find it, find exactly what chests they're spread out in, teleport to the chests, bring your view to the chest, and it's just really, really cool. I'm super impressed with it. It seems to work. Well, I mean, obviously there's no one else in this game. I don't know why it wouldn't work in multiplayer, except for that quick thing I brought up, where it's like everything, which, you know, if you're playing like in the same base, it doesn't really matter. But if you're playing like PvP or kind of separate bases like this map, then it just takes everything, so it can be a little confusing. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all to cover. I don't think I missed anything. It's super, super cool. It's really great to have, and you know, it's kind of like the resource monitor mod, but for your logistics system. So yeah, I definitely recommend it if you want more flexibility in info and customizability with your logistics network. And as always, there will be a link in the description to this video, to the forum post where this mod is on the Factorio forums. And, you know, again, I definitely recommend it. Even if you are a casual player or whatever, it's really, really helpful. But that is going to be it for now, guys. So, as always, I really hope you enjoyed and found this helpful. And thank you so much for watching. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and take care.